Okay, we are taking a long time. This is taking a long time today, but less than that 13 hours it took yesterday. So that's good. Okay, so now we read the chapter. What I want you guys to work on is an individual activity. So I'm going to load up a worksheet onto Google Classroom called Complete. Actually, so sorry. It's called Boxes and Bullets. And some of you have done this before. I know 7th grade and 8th grade has done this. This may be a new activity for you, 6th grade. But one way we can organize kind of what's happening in a chapter and kind of keep it organized in our mind is to identify the main ideas and then the key supporting details in that chapter. So the boxes and bullets handout allows us to do that. So I have already provided you with the main ideas from the chapter. All you need to do is add in the supporting details. So let me show you what this handout looks like. Okay, so this is just one section of it. I had to screenshot it, so I couldn't do the whole thing. There are 4 sections because there's 4 different main ideas. So the first main idea here is Antarctica is a compelling and unique spot on Earth. Okay, so that's really what the first part of the reading is about. So some of the supporting details, I'm going to read a couple to you. I didn't write them up here, but let me read a couple of supporting details. You can use these in your boxes and bullets if you want. So what are some of the supporting details that support that idea that Antarctica is a compelling and unique spot on Earth? Well, the text tells us that many explorers from around the world have been inspired to explore this unknown continent. So that would support that detail. Again, many explorers from around the world have been inspired to explore this unknown continent. We could also say that it was an unknown continent for most of human history. It had never been sighted before the 19th century. That's very unique, and it makes it compelling and unique. We could say that the storm belt around the continent creates the most treacherous sea on Earth. So that's on page 4 of our reading. Again, that's the storm belt around the continent creates the most treacherous sea on Earth. Now we can also say now only 1% of the continent is free of ice. And that's on page 2. Now only 1% of the continent is free of ice. Antarctica is also a desert, which is very unique. It is very dry and only receives 2 inches of rain a year. So that's also interesting because that's not usually what we think of as a desert. Okay, so you can add all those details in, or you should write 4 per main idea. So that will get you started. So after you've done that handout, then to close the lesson today, I want you to read chapter 3 of Shipwreck. And it's from pages 10 to 16. There's some my cat is wanting to get on my lap. There are some pictures in there, so it's not super long, and the title of the chapter is called The Growlers. So just read that section. You're going to read until the end, and then there's a new heading, so just read until that next heading. And again, it's pages 10 to 16. So tomorrow, there will not be a new video posted. Tomorrow meaning the 26th of March, there will not be a new video posted, because I'm going to not assign you homework. I'm assuming you don't want homework on top of the lesson of the day. So tomorrow your work is going to be to read chapters 4 and 5 and write summaries for both those chapters. So I'm going to put that assignment on Google Classroom. You're going to submit the summaries on Google Classroom like you would normally. And that will be your assignment for Thursday. And I'm still looking into an online class. There really hasn't been a need for one yet because we haven't had discussion. So I'm thinking like an online class would be really good for a discussion-based day or like a Socratic seminar. And we don't really have that need yet. So I just read a announcement from the governor that there's it's not called a shelter-in-place directive, but it's called like a stay-at-home directive. And through April 15th. So I don't know yet if that is going to apply to us as schools, but I have a hunch that it will. And if that's the case, then we'll be doing more of this. So there will be more opportunities to do like a Zoom class, or I'm really looking at more like Google it's called Google Hangout Meet, and it's a Google app. So I will let you know more about that, but I'm looking at that for next week. We might set up a chat for Friday, and if you can jump on the chat, great. If you can't, no worries, but it'll probably be part of the lesson. At some point during that morning on Friday, we'll do a Google Hangout chat, and not the live feature. I mean, it'll be live, but not video feature. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. Let me just make sure. Yep, that's my entire slideshow. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for letting me do this in 3 different sections, and I hope you're doing well. Shoot me an email if you have something to say. Thank you to Sophia, and thank you to Aiden, who have both emailed me feedback about the online lessons. I really appreciate it, and I hope you're doing well. And just an FYI to Wilder, the United Kingdom is not a continent. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.